Welcome again. We have been studying Manisha Panchakam. Manisha is pure, simple intellect. What is pure, simple intellect? Yeah, it's very good. I will link it to third eye. We have lot of wrong notions about third eye, Jerry. Oh, third eye will be opened. So this my Manisha at the peak, when you live into that my Manisha, what happens? You are in the state of third eye. Let us talk about third eye. What is this third eye? Before we go there, just think. If the third eye is like these two eyes, how do you like to put it? Horizontally or vertically? So whether you put it horizontally or vertically, then how the three eyes see the world? It will be a distorted world. Either you put it vertically or... So what is this third eye? In the end of the talk, I'll give you a reference from Gita so that you will understand. The topic is my Manisha. Topic is my Manisha. So my Manisha with reference to third eye. Let us talk a little bit about this eye, human eye. We all are human beings. So our human eye sees the beautiful world. But it cannot see ultraviolet before the violet. And it cannot see after the red. That is why we say infrared. Have you heard these words? Ultraviolet and infrared. So we see the beautiful world, but there is a range. In that range, I see the beautiful world, but I don't see the entire world. Clear? I don't see ultraviolet. I don't see infrared. Now look at these, especially the dogs and cats. They only see black and white. So their world is black and white. We are talking of third eye, but we are moving slowly. What exactly is the third eye? I'll give you a reference, a specific reference from the teachings. I strictly adhere to the teachings of these masters. That is the only way to get the soul of meditation. You know, the dogs, cats, mice, rats, rabbits have very poor color vision. In fact, they see mostly gray and some blue and yellows. So it means for a dog, the world is no doubt beautiful, but the gray world. Right? Can you add one thing more? There, the master is pointing you. For example, no, that is only for example. I see the Stephen with jealousy, so my world is full of jealousy. Do you see that? Huh? Jerry sees David, so it's a word of relationship. Oh, David, you see that? You see me? There is another word of relationship. What about the honeybee? Scientist says that honeybee sees the world is constantly vibrating, throbbing, but it is not throbbing for us. I'm coming to the topic, but first you understand. So it means if I see the world through the bee, the world is throbbing. If I see the world through my human eye, the beautiful, colorful world, but not before the ultraviolet, not after the infrared. Violet, indigo, red, black and white. We see all those colors, but not before. We don't see all the colors. And if we see, welcome after a long time, Maria from Spain. Yeah. So remember, we see this beautiful world. Now look at the monkeys, birds, insects, and many fish can see fairly good range of color, but not as much as human eye. What about the eagles? Eagles can see the rabbit on the ground even 2 miles away. What is the motive? You already know it. And what is the motive when we see this world of the human eye? When you see your spouse, when you see your son, when you see your daughter, when you see your business, when you see your income. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Human eye. That changes my personality, my attitude, my behavior, my action. We are talking of my Manisha. I specifically use my Manisha. Manisha is an intellect with a specific and a natural traits that it has a purity, it is simple, it is calm, and it is full of conviction of the reality. So when you live with my Manisha, when you live with that intellect, meditation is a play and a fun. What meditation brings? The knowledge of reality. What is that knowledge of reality? True nature. What is that true nature? That I start thinking, living, and working in peace and happiness, love and wisdom. And there are some animals, you are aware, they can see, they have a night vision. We need a night vision camera. They don't need it. Are you getting it? You see that? Huh? So they prey the animals. Now see that, what is this? I see this. So the moment I see what it is made up of, it is made up of plastic, maybe some elements. So what I'm talking about? I'm talking from the eyes of a physics. Am I right? See that? I'm coming to that, slowly. We know everything, but we don't follow the teachings of the great master. What about this hand? So, eyes of a biology. Hand is made up of cells. Cells are living entities. So, it is an eye of biology. It is eye of medical science. Do you see the cells? No, but you know it. So where I'm coming to? I'm coming to the third eye. In Gita, it says Gyan Chakshu. Rajkumar is a great yoga teacher. So Gyan Chakshu, the eye of a knowledge. Do you actually see the cells with your naked eyes? No. But what is the eyes of a biology? It is a knowledge. Eye of a knowledge. Then you know it is made up of cells. Am I clear? It takes long time. I will revisit this Manisha Panchakam again when I complete it. It takes long time to understand. So we have a chemistry eye. So we have a physics eye, we have a husband eye, we have a wife eye, we have an employee eye, we have a doctor eye. Doctor doesn't see your black, white, age, gender. It sees where are the symptoms. What happened to you? What we are talking about? We are talking about knowledge. Are you clear? We are talking about knowledge. So when the doctor sees you, come on, let me know your symptoms. What happened to you? Why you have come to me? And when you say, no, I'm very healthy. I just came here to visit you. No, I don't have time. Do you understand? So we are talking of what we are talking of. This third eye is the knowledge eye. There is no physical eye which we say third eyes. When you put this, you have these physical eyes and you put the third physical eye either horizontal or vertical. The entire world be perceived as totally distorted. Don't you see that? How the three eyes can focus on you. Do you see? The third eye is not physical. Are you understanding that? Are you getting it? I explained you physics eye. Do I see that this is made up of atom? No, I don't see it. But knowledge eye, the eye of a physics tells me that this is matter. Matter consists of atom. Atom consists of electron, proton, neutron. Electron, proton, neutron. They act as a particle. They also act as an electromagnetic wave. The entire world is made up of energy and the space. Am I clear? Space and energy. But I see this remote. I see this remote. But still I know that this is nothing but energy and the space. Energy and the space is a fact, is a truth in the science. Are you clear? So when we say that in meditation we see the self as a common element everywhere in all the human beings, are we not right? Just ask yourself, are we not right? It is the same self that is vibrating in you. It is the same self pulsating in me and every human being. And that self is made up of permanent peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. Our master talks about that third eye as my Manisha. I explained you, Manisha is pure, simple, clear intellect. It's a doubt-free. Do you have any doubt? Do I see the energy and the space in this matter, which is known as a remote outside? How do I see it? Do I see it through my physical eyes? No. I see it through my eyes of a knowledge. Are you getting it? It's a little deeper, but it doesn't know. I'm making it very simple. Do you see that? When you see that truth, what happens? You are awakened. You live in meditation. You work in meditation. the peace and happiness, love and the wisdom constantly flows out of you. Are you clear? Am I making you clear? Manisha. Manisha is a synonym of intellect, but not the ordinary intellect. But that intellect, that awareness, which awakens in you the right perception. That right perception is the third eye. There is no physical element. I have heard here also, and there in India also. No, your third eye gets opened. Where it is located deep inside. It is symbolic. You see, David, Maria, Stephen, once we understand these principles, then we have a faith, when we have a clarity. Otherwise, at the surface level, we go on challenging these principles. No, I don't. I only believe in the science. Do you believe in the science? Yes. What is this? Energy in the space. When you look at your spouse or son and the daughter, what do you see? Body. Body is made up of cells. Cell is made up of matter. You have carbs, you have protein, elements. And elements are made up of particles and energy. What is the ultimate? Energy in the space. Do you see that way? No. My son is crazy. You're my spouse. Or we go on. So our eyes change. Our perception has changed. Do you see that? And then we enter into conflict. Anxiety, stress, duality. Are you getting it? I'm trying to summarize Manisha, my Manisha. So that my Manisha, that when the intellect is pure, simple, it perceives. Through these physical eyes, you can perceive a person as an object of pleasure, as an object for love and the peace, as an object for utility. That is why our master says, you need a third eye. Are you getting it? Third eye? That third eye is the eye of wisdom, eye of knowledge. Gyan Chakshu. Gyan Chakshu is a Sanskrit word. It also same as the Hindi. Gyan means wisdom. Chakshu means eyes, the wisdom eye. Do you see the word with the wisdom eye? You are already free. You have brought an end to the suffering in this life. Done. Well, we say done deal. So it's a done deal. So this Manisha is not an easy affair to achieve that by regular practice of meditation, but also understanding the principles. And two principles are there. First is known as Viveka. Viveka is discernment. Discernment is, what is discernment? That is an ability in the buddhi or intellect. What is that discernment? Discernment. When the intellect separates your house from the neighbor's, it is discernment. You enter into your home, Your intellect discerns, separates your bedroom from the kitchen, kitchen from the restroom. Means when it separates two things and sees separately. That is how we work through the Manisha all the time, but at the physical material level. He is my spouse, he is not. Manisha. Two things. We separate it. Take it easy. Keep a smile on your face. Not a big concept. So to separate the two things, when we know their properties, it is easy to separate. Why it takes long time to reach to that state of Manisha and the third eye when we say third eye is awakened. Third eye is awakened means simply I live into that state of Manisha. Finished. That state of the wisdom. So to separate, say for example, salt from sesame seed, it is easy. We can see the properties, physical properties we can separate. How about separating milk from the sugar? It is a little complex process. But one thing is sure that they two are separate. They have a separate properties. Now, where comes this discernment in yoga and meditation and Eastern wisdom? The master says, separate unreal from the real. Unreal do not exist, and still I have to separate. That is the puzzle we have to solve, and the moment you solve this puzzle, Master says you can never get into anxiety or stress. It is too far from you. Buddha said, when I got awakened, suffering has stopped for me. That I see in me. But I could also see the suffering continues in the human life. So it can bring an end to the suffering in my life with third eye, with my Manisha. So now how to separate this real from unreal? Through the eye of the wisdom, through the third eye, through the Manisha. Are you getting it? We are going little deeper. Manisha Panchakam is a very deeper text. It has only 5 verses. I have yet to start the first verse. But once I lay the ground, the basic foundation, now if you live and perceive the world with the third eye, what happens? Is this real? It appears real, but this is unreal, the shape and the form and the color. What is this? Energy in the space. Truth is that. I'm not talking of Eastern wisdom, I'm talking of pure science. So, should I destroy this? No. Why should I destroy this? Should I need to do anything to this remote to work with the third eye? No. It is the eye of the knowledge, the vision. The sky appears blue, but it is not blue. It is the knowledge eye that gives me a perspective that the sky is not blue. So what changes I have to bring outside? No changes outside. What changes I have to bring inside? I have to change inside. That is known as sadhana. That takes us to meditation and mindfulness. Until now, oh yes, I feel very relaxed and calm. Take the pills, you'll feel relaxed. Why meditate? There are hundreds of things, people tell me, one guy from California said, I've been taking these pills to ease the burden, the load of the work, and I'm successful. So he did 6 months, and after 6 months, he says, I don't feel like taking drugs. Manisha, third eye. Are you getting it? Topic is serious, but I'm making it very simple to understand. Discernment, Viveka. Do your intellect, live in Viveka all the time? I can tell you, our master says that when you live in Viveka, you are living in meditation. You separate real from the unreal. From that Viveka, from that third eye, you look at your body as others look at it, but simultaneously your awareness is also that this body is nothing but energy in this space. We should see the God everywhere, a phrase frequently used. We should see the self everywhere. That is the journey of meditation. Are you getting it? Manisha. It's a beautiful text. So we have yet to break the first verse, but we should lay a very strong foundation. Otherwise, what will happen? Your science will come in between. Your false notion will come in between to see the reality. Your popular notion will interfere the reality. So I have been saying again and again, Shravanam, I don't know, let me know the principles first. Second, contemplate and reflect on the principles to understand it clearly. Ask the teacher again and again. But when you will ask, if you don't contemplate and reflect, how can you ask any question? Okay, do the practice for 1 hour, rest 23 hours, live with the false notion, and complain to the teacher. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Yes, you are right. Nothing will happen. So first is, I don't know, let me know it. Second is, I don't understand, let me understand it. Focus on this. Concentrate. Ask the questions yourself. So that will clear the intellect, and that intellect will move to Manisha. So once the intellect becomes the Manisha, then what happens? Normally in India, Manisha is the name of a girl. So intellect is understood as a feminine, simple, pure, affectionate. Third point, practice to reveal the nature of reality. We are not talking about that you have a spatial physical eyes. And the third eye is awakened means that there is a third physical eye is placed here. Symbolically we show that, but that eye is, are you clear? That eye is eye of a knowledge, eye of a wisdom. Are you clear? So if you study these texts, third eye is away. Where is the third eye? Do you want to understand? When you understand clearly, then you know what it means. What is meditation? The fundamental goal of meditation that it awakens to the knowledge of reality, knowledge of the real self. Once you awaken to that knowledge, it brings an end to the suffering from the life. Let us start our meditation. You have understood, thank you. You did not understand, thank you. What should I say? So eyes are closed. Stage 1. What is the stage 1? Eyes are closed. The mind is facing within. Mind is facing within. When the mind is facing within and looking within, then what happens? Did I tell you? I've been repeating it again and again. You can recall. You get rid of the sense perception. Good. Sense perceptions are limited. I have explained you. Then you get rid of the mental perception. Where are you going? To the third eye. How simple it is to pick up and understand, my friends. As you keep looking inside the forehead or the heart in the space and become aware of the body, that settles down on its own. But still we settle it, being comfortable, move the mind on the neck joint. Apply Manisha. You don't move the body to the mind. You move the mind. Means you move the mind with the knowledge, with awareness to the neck joint. You see, Manisha should be applied not only during the practice of meditation, but also at every point in your life. My friends, move the mind on the shoulder joints. Be there. Feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Move the mind on the hip joint. Feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Are you working with your Manisha? Everything is clear to you. Move the mind on the entire body from the top of the head to the toes, looking at all the joints, feeling sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. The mind now is going to be carefree. What I explain, how do I explain carefree? Standing across the road, watching the traffic. Standing across the road is one thing. Watching the traffic, second thing. Mental traffic of thoughts, feelings, sensation is one thing. And the one who is watching, if you separate the two, you are in Manisha. What I told you, for Manisha to work in your life, we need Viveka. What is Viveka? Discernment. What is discernment? To separate real from the unreal. What is unreal? That is constantly changing. What is changing? Thought, feelings, sensations, etc., etc. Whatever is changing is not you, is not real. So what should I do? I simply watch. I gave an example of this remote just now. See that. Thought will say that you are crazy, you are good, you are distracted. Okay, thank you very much. You're not me. That is meaning carefree, my friends, and then being casual. The existence is perfectly natural. What is the meaning of natural? Everlasting. Time does not influence it. Existence is there all the time. That is, we exist because of the existence. And the mind is constantly running. In order to exist, I have to do a lot of stuff. Bring the mind back to Manisha, and you will be able to do every work, every thought, feeling, sensation, work in your life casually. That is the message I gave in this step. So all the 4 steps of the stage 1 are done. Now we've moved to the stage 2. We'll keep that stage 2 as it is. What is the look deep inside the rib cage in the space and start breathing quick and short breath, but mind has to be cheerful. Only the rib cage is expanding and contracting, and you keep looking deep inside the rib cage. Do you see? I added an element of Manisha here also. You're not looking at the breath because when you practice quick and short breath, you're already aware of it. But you're looking behind and beyond. Looking behind and beyond. The ability of the intellect to see what is beyond and behind takes you to aparoksha anubhuti, the experience of your true nature. So I keep that element alive in all the steps. Continue. And stop this. The first step in the stage 2 and the second step in the stage 2, again to purify the mind. Goal is to purify the mind, to move the mind within. Take a deep, silent and slow breath. No noise. But when you breathe out, make the humming sound louder, deeper, longer. Remember, do not inhale with the sound. Take your time. Deep, silent, slow breath. Inhalation and exhalation as deep, as long, as loud humming sound. Continue, my friends. And stop it. The stage 2 is also over now. We'll go for stage 3. We'll follow the step that we did 2 weeks ago. Look inside the head. Any thought comes, superimpose. What is that superimposition? The moment any thought comes, because you are aware, you know it, you simply drop Om Shanti on that thought. How it looks like, how the practice looks like, it looks like as if I come to you and you ask me what I do, I say Om Shanti, where I live Om Shanti, which car you drove Om Shanti. For every question you ask me, my only answer is Om Shanti. For every thought enters into your mind, your answer is Om Shanti. Whether the thought, the mind says this thought is very important, let me keep it. No, Om Shanti. Thought is crazy, Om Shanti. Good, Om Shanti. Bad, Om Shanti. Mind says I'm stressed, no problem, Om Shanti. I'm happy, Om Shanti. You see, you make the meditation or mindfulness as a play and the fun with awareness. Only the person who is a seeker, the seeker is always cheerful. It is one of the most important qualities, a trait of a seeker who succeeds in meditation. Om Shanti. I believe you understand why we are dropping this Om Shanti. We don't want the mind that continues to run with these thoughts, awakens to the past impression, gets carried away by these impressions or the vasanas. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. And now the stage 3, the first step. And now drop this Om Shanti. We will check it with the Manisha. That is what I explained. I wanted to give you a glimpse of that. So look at the head and the neck. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Keep that example of a remote that I discussed. Look inside the head and the neck. Now comes the Manisha. I experience space and the sensation inside. No, ask the mind to move, continue to move deeper within. What happens? I get a glimpse of horizon, as if I fall and enter into the infinite space. A glimpse of Manisha. What is remote? Energy and the space. See that? That is why I gave that example. What is body? Energy and the space. Right arm. Be there from the shoulder to the fingertips. No, we don't leave the right arm. We don't leave the remote. So people have, normally they do not awaken to Manisha. They have a lot of fears. These crazy masters are saying, leave this body, go beyond this body, out of the body. But they have a clarity. See that? The mind is on the right arm, you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And move the mind inside the right arm, be there, space and the sensation. So, for the purpose of progressing, I see the space inside is the state of quietness. And the sensation inside, it is the state of calmness. Left arm outside. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind inside the left arm. What I'm saying? Eye of knowledge. I just explained you about the remote. What you need to do with the left arm? Nothing. What I have to do with the remote? Nothing. Calmness and quietness. Looking deep inside the infinite space. You are meeting the horizon. You know horizon? You are at the sea beach and you see the earth and the sky are meeting together. That gives a new perspective to the mind. We are not limited now with the ultraviolet and infrared. See that? It is not with the physical eye you can go beyond. Chest in the belly. Chest in the belly. Be aware. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look inside. Calmness and quietness. And continue to move the mind inside. Horizon. What is that horizon? Why I'm saying so? Let the intellect, with a clarity, perceive the life totally in a new way. How do you see that? Breaking, separating the real from the unreal. Right leg outside. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness inside. Calmness and quietness. Deeper within. Deeper within. Horizon. Left leg. outside. Sensation, relaxation and stillness inside, calmness and quietness. Horizon. The entire body outside. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. Here in a stage 3. And inside, calmness and quietness. You see, when you have a right perspective, you become aware of the space and the sensation inside. When you have a wrong perspective, the mind is too much attached to the remote or the body. What you will say, no, I see the bones and the blood in the heart. Come on. Then you are not a seeker. What is the perspective of the physics? Physics eye. Perspective of chemistry? Chemistry eye. So why shouldn't we have a perspective of the Eastern wisdom? If that is scientific, why not this is scientific? And now the time has come for the last step. Look at the breath, the 3-point awareness of the breath. Where is the 3-pointed awareness of the breath? You look at the breath is going in and out. You feel the breath going in and out. And do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. We're almost in a state of doing nothing. You're looking at the breath. Now, if you say, no, how to look at the breath, my eyes are closed, then you are not a seeker. You look at, that is the way the Manisha works. Feel the sensation, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. That is the way. Today, my recording, the second camera started working, which has totally a new look. That's not fair, but still I'll put it into YouTube because the talk is, the practice are important. Now do nothing, remain as you are in that state of doing nothing. Do you remember the 2 major steps in every meditation? First, personal effort. Second, grace. In that state of doing nothing, the grace descends from the existence. When your personal effort reaches to a saturation point, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. There are two more steps to follow. First, we return in a specific way. One after the other, we will share our experiences so that not only it helps you, but it helps everyone to have your perspective. So bring the mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Raise both your palms. Place it on your closed eyes, provided your hands are clean. Why say it so? Due to coronavirus, and bring the hands down. Stephen, how are you? Now you can open your videos so that we can have it. We can share our experiences. How are you, Stephen?
I'm very good. I want to thank everybody for sharing today with me, and being part of this. Today's experience was very peaceful, very soothing. I was really into the meditation. It was just a moment of inner peace, is the only way I could describe it. It was, my thoughts were nowhere. The only thing I heard was your voice. Following your instructions. And if it wasn't for the concentration of focusing on my hands to end the meditation, I could be sitting here for who knows how long. So thank you.
That's a beautiful success in meditation. How are you, my friend Maria? We have been associated since 1996 and 7. We met together in Jakarta. How are you, Maria? I don't hear you. Yeah, try this. How are you, Terry, in the meantime? Terry from Brooklyn.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. I had a very good experience. I went to, I just followed the instructions.
Yeah.
And it helped, it eased my symptoms a lot. I'm having symptoms. And I had a lot of interesting perceptions. But I began to, I don't really remember what they are.
No, it's okay. Once the mind is clear about what is Manisha, and the moment you start living in the world, outside, I have to address, say, for example, David is a David, but my perspective is totally changed. You see, the eye of the knowledge, eye of that awareness of the reality. You live in totally a real world. Now, how are you, Maria?
Fine. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. It's been wonderful, really. I was following your directions and a lot of energy came inside, and it was just like blissful, and
Good.
I can only thank, and I would have been there for hours.
Very good, Maria. I was with you. I gave the energy to you.
I know. Thank you.
Continue the journey. And we have
Yes.
another wonderful friend, Dr. Jyoti. We met, I think, long back in 1994 or 5, something like this.
It was in 1995, sir.
95. She's a doctor. Yes. What is your experience?
It's too good to hear you after such a pretty long time. And what I heard, what I learned from you in 1995, it's still the same experience. And after such a pretty long time, I came to know that you have shifted from India to USD. And I'm very proud to be your student. Very, very proud feeling. You're doing such a great job and giving such beautiful experiences to so many people
Very
around the
good.
globe.
Wonderful, Jyoti. How are you, David and Jerry?
Very, very calm. The still interesting for me is when the breathing exercise starts, I can feel my body temperature go up, and then towards the end of it, I just had this vibration in my body, and just it was, somebody said blissful. It was just blissful, the remainder of it, and you know, I could still be sitting here, but not for the coming out of it. Yeah, it's really, really great. Thank you.
So wonderful. You are evolving at a very fast pace. I'm very happy. How are you, Jerry?
Yes, similar experience to what others have said today. It was quiet. You're guiding, very peaceful, and just felt like a nice, easy practice.
Nice, easy.
So nothing that happened or didn't happen. I just felt very
Smooth.
centered.
Wonderful. That's a real journey. You see that we should learn from the experiences of others, but we should not get attached. What is attachment? Oh, you see the colors, I don't see it. That is not meditation. Let others see it, but keep in mind that one day if I see the colors, what I have to do? Recognize, accept, let it come, let it go. Our goal is different. How are you, my friend Anne from New Jersey? Too far.
Yes, I was so relaxed, I fell asleep once.
It's okay. Let us wait when the sleep breaks up and you live into that meditative state. How are you, Vaibhav?
So the right experience. It's just that I'm feeling a lot of pressure over between my eyes and my forehead.
Yes. Yes. So what happens, the masters say, I don't know anything. I just, refer these. So some master says that when you are very close and near to the so-called third eye, you start feeling throbbing sensation in the third eye. But remember, third eye is not a physical eye. Then you cannot see this world the way you are seeing the world. You will not be able to recognize your wife also if you have the third physical eye. Because you get a totally distorted perception. So don't get misled by the wrong understanding. That is why we need to stick to the teachings of these masters. So, how are you, young man, Ashok? I see your picture. You look 20 years younger. No way. Samir, how are you?
Sir, what you spoke about the third eye was very interesting, and the means what you spoke before meditation, it a rhythm was created, and it took me deep in the meditation because
You're right.
I was listening and I was going deeper in the meditation. And when you started about meditation, then it took me more deeper in the meditation.
Wonderful.
So in beginning, no, a rhythm was created when you were speaking. After that, you were giving meditation. It was a very good means what you can say session for me.
Yes, that is wonderful. You see that when I speak, when a teacher speaks, what is the state of your mind at that time? If the state of the mind is naturally focused, paying attention, listening to it, understanding, the intellect becomes clear and it prepares you to meditate. That is what he is explaining about his perspective of attending. Find out that perspective. That is why we share our experiences. Sangeeta, how are you?
सर बहुत सूदिंग है और जो होराइजन वाली आपने मेंशन किया वो बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Wonderful. You see that everyone has a different perspective. So she says that she enjoyed when I use the word horizon. That give you a pinpointed knowledge and the wisdom. Oh, this is it. What is it? You look at your spouse, energy in the space. Then what is left? The real self. Can you fight with the real self? Answer is no. Simple. That is the journey taught to us by our great masters. How are you, Vivek? Hariom.
It was wonderful experience and it was so much a complete change of like a new but suddenly something got wrong and it was like all current state. Nothing on the past. I mean, it was all current, like
Yes, yes.
But,
I could see.
There was something heartbeat or anything the heartbeat that became open.
That became okay. Yes, that's you see another perspective. That is how we share the experiences. Wonderful. How are you, sir, Rajkumarji?
Fine, sir.
Fine. Fine. Vaibhav, and how is Pavan?
It was very good experience, but sometimes my breath stop. I feel my breath has been stopped.
Yeah. Let the breath become slow. And the breath. You see the all perspective. If you join them, you're paying attention that what exactly is happening. The teacher is one, the practice is the same, but the experiences are different. Why? Because of our mind. What is meditation? To evolve the mind, to help the mind to reach to a state where it can reflect real self. I think I try to make myself clear all the time. And that is all. We will meet again next week at the same time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste.
Namaste. Hariom.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
so much.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.